Alright folks, welcome to another beer review, and first of all, have you ever seen a more predominantly greasy fringe in your life? Today we've got the next Ramsbury beer to review, and this is the Belapur IPA, clocking in at 5.5% ABV. Brewed with 5 hops for flavour, this award-winning IPA is a careful mixture of quality malted barley from the Ramsbury estate and hops from all over the world to create a unique and complex taste. Its sour IPA was originally formulated to survive the journey to British troops stationed in India. And there may be a couple of re-reviews coming up because I have reviewed a couple of the Ramsbury beers on the channel. Massive shout out to both Mersey Beers and of course the person involved in the brewing process, Blue Nose Beer Reviews, for providing me with some ales I'm looking forward to. The lager was just, I think I said it in review, it just tasted like a British lager. And I made some slight comparisons to how I felt drinking Jeremy Clarkson's Hawkstone lager. You can really taste like the British quality ingredients there. Although I've been hearing that there's some things that have been bought in for Jeremy Clarkson's beer. I don't know. It's the best pint that I've got on my local, aside from a very well kept Guinness. So yeah, but yeah, looking forward to this one. Recording this on the day that I found out that the legend that is Kavinsky has sadly passed away. For those who enjoy electronic music, you probably it's one that stings today. And yeah, just a fantastic producer, great DJ, was an actor as well. I think he even starred in, if I remember, he starred in, I know he definitely starred in Steak by Quentin Dupieux, aka Monsieur Oiseau, who's my all-time favourite electronic music producer. But yeah, Kavinsky, absolute icon. Just a great story about his character. Has this sort of mystique that Daft Punk always gets credited for. Yeah, just an absolute legend. Has unfortunately gone. And even though this t-shirt it's a little tight, I've never been able to get rid of it. And of course, for the film buffs out there, he was arguably the best part of Nicholas Winding overrated as fuck reffin film Drive, aside from what's her face, who was in Mad Men. Yeah, with the theme tune Night Call. Anyway, sad times, and I know Blue Nose Beer Reviews will can appreciate that as well. So I thought it's just fitting that I do a review and put the Kavinsky t-shirt on. It will be immediately getting taken off after this review and put back in the wardrobe. And yeah, just sometimes these celebrity deaths hit, and today's one definitely did. I don't think I've been sort of in that same vein and industry than DJ Mehdi, who another absolutely talented producer, taken away from us far too soon. So yeah, anyway, let us not dwell on that. And if you've got any of the vinyls, whack them on the record player, or there's a healthy amount of Kavinsky songs on your favourite streaming platforms. And yeah, go check out some of his DJ sets as well on your Mixclouds and your Soundclouds and YouTube and that. Anyway, so we're using brand appropriate glassware today with this really nice, dirty, oversized sort of, I don't know if this is intended for beer and more to do with the spirit side of Ramsbury. But do you know what? It's a generous glass. It's a nice shape. If it had a stem, it'd be, you know, definitely a 10 out of 10. But yeah, anyway, let's see what we get with this one. I mean, this is like, you want to drink these sorts of beers out of a pint pot, don't you really? Or fresh on tap. But beautiful ambery golden colour to it. There's a little bit of haze there. Very subtle sort of like cloudiness, very, very subtle. One finger's worth of a white looking head, nice and compact. Certainly looking the part. Let's see what we get on the nose. And it's got that like classic traditional sort of IPA aroma to it, albeit a little bit more hop forward. Just that classic sort of like citrusy, general citrusy sort of aroma. General Citrus does sound like a really good character name from like a heavy metal sequel or something like that. No, it doesn't. You're getting a really nice sweet biscuity malt profile coming through as well. A little bit of earthiness. All very subtle. A little bit of wheaty, barley characters, but a very satisfying hop aroma. Very citrus forward, I would say, in terms of the notes you're getting on the nose. But still retains that like classic Britishness. Like the sort of IPA you want to drink at a country pub. Anyway, smelling very nice. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, everyone. Yeah. A beautiful bitterness throughout this. So it doesn't finish more bitter than when you taste it. You get bitterness straight from that first mouthful. And just like the nose, those sort of like hoppy notes are more along the lines of a citrusy character. You know, these beers are never going to be hot bombs, are they? They're never going to be juice bombs. Because it's not really that sort of locale where this is brewed. Fantastic estate. Marlborough. Beautiful part of the country as well. Been there a couple of times, staying with Blue Nose, as well as some of the other usual suspects, and it's always a damn good time. You know, as much as I like the whole craft thing, this is just a really satisfying change of pace of craft beer wankiness, which, as a pretentious, overweight, aging hipster, I love all that stuff. Don't get me wrong. IPAs are the like style that I gravitate to more. Excuse me. And we all know all these like really good, like established, like classic British breweries get bought up by some, you know, conglomerate. Is the radiator on? No, it's not. I've just got a very warm underfoot. And they lose all the character. You know, if you go to Lake District, you see a lot of Robinson's pubs, a lot of Thwaites pubs, and the beer's got to be good. Do you know what I mean? These beers always make me want to be at a country pub. Do you know what I mean? It has that sort of feel to it. A nice pint of this, sat outside in a beer garden, traditional pub, old school, great mixture of locals and people passing through or visiting the area. It's what you want, really. Now, am I going to go overboard just because a good friend of mine works for the brewery? No, not at all. That's so disingenuous. You know, I'm not a YouTube food reviewer who can just be bought. That's unfair, because there's a lot of food reviewers who I follow who I know are decent people. But do you know what I mean? This is one of those beers you could go to many, not just rural parts of the country, and you'll be able to get a beer like this. Do you know what I mean? It's not reinventing the wheel. It's not trying to be revolutionary. It's just brewing a beer that's got just the right of hoppiness that it's going to sell well, but still people who love this world of, you know, good beer, craft beer, real ales will be able to enjoy it. I'm going to be saying this like tick the boxes, like PC bullshit for pretty much all of these reviews. But for a beer that you will get a dime a dozen, they've done this one very, very well. And I would say the hoppiness is maybe a little bit more pronounced than beers of this ilk. And at 5.5%, this is, you know, all day. Get some nice pub grub, go for a walk. If you're one of those weird people who likes to go hiking every weekend, fair play. If you like to go cycling in your Lycra, I was watching a video of people talking about like cyclists, and like most cyclists now, they're dressing like they're training for the Tour de France. Just throwing some shorts and a t-shirt. Unless you're like getting involved in like competitive things or getting involved in like meetups and stuff, you don't have to wear your Lycra and your helmets. And I didn't even know there was like a hierarchy thing with bike helmets and caps. Like the higher up you've got like the cap rest on your head, the more like seasoned you are. It's a fascinating world. It really, really is. But yeah, I'm talking utter shite about this beer. It's just very, very good, and it's refreshing to get a beer like this and have a really nice, like, established, pronounced bitterness, which is very, very, it's a very, very satisfying flavour profile. I do like bitterness, whether it be in a beverage or in a food product. Obviously, you don't want a food product that's going to be overwhelming with beer, because that's bitter, because that's going to be fucking awful, but this isn't. But yeah, bag's full of character. Nice, pronounced hoppiness, but a really satisfying, grassy, slightly grainy maltiness. Biscuity, nice white bread character, crust of a toasted white farmhouse loaf. There you go, I'm talking utter bollocks. So I'm going to stop the review now. And I'm going to, well, mind you, I've nearly finished the glass. I was going to put some Kavinsky on, sit in the egg chair that we've got in the garden. What you do in an egg chair is your business. It's like hot tubs. We all know deep down there's a reason why couples buy hot tubs and they invite other couples round to hot tubs. Anyway, but yeah, really solid stuff. Like I said, I'm not gonna, blow smoke up the arse of Ramsbury Brewery, but for a beer that you can drink everywhere around the country, brewed somewhat the same, this definitely is a very fine example of a British IPA. Anyway, so if you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Go check out Ramsbury in the description. I may have already reviewed this one. If so, you can go look for it. And yeah, there will be a few more reviews from this brewery, so hope you're excited. Anyway, bye.